To be honest, there are quite a few matches on this card where I'm pretty torn on how things should go. But let's get into our King and Queen of the Ring 2024 predictions. Starting off with the King of the Ring tournament, this is Gunther from Raw and either Tama Tonga or Randy Orton from SmackDown. This is one of them where I'm torn, not on the winner, but who's actually going to win the semi-final. So we could actually have Tama Tonga win against Randy Orton with a lot of help from Solo Sikoa, and then have Gunther work face in the match, which I think would be pretty interesting. We've had quite a few cases where it's heel versus heel and having someone work slightly more face, and I think it will work really, really well with Gunther, just because we haven't actually seen that dynamic from him since he's come up in the main roster. And I think it'll be really cool because we cheer Gunther like a face anyway. So we could have Tama Tonga win. Alternatively, Gunther versus Randy Orton just sounds like a dream match. So I'm hoping Randy Orton actually beats Tama Tonga. He'll probably have some help from Kevin Owens just to fight off Solo and the rest of the bloodline. And then Randy Orton versus Gunther will be absolutely incredible. I'm choosing Randy Orton to win that semi-final match on SmackDown, and then have Gunther versus Orton, and Gunther winning the entire thing because King Gunther just sounds way too good and you can't miss that opportunity. So I'm going with Gunther to win the King of the Ring finals. Moving on to Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan in the most lukewarm feud of 2024. So I know a lot of plans had to change because Rhea Ripley is unfortunately injured, but let's be honest, this feud has not been going so well. I mean, Liv Morgan's promo skills have not lived up to what she can usually do in this feud. And it's kind of bringing Becky Lynch down as well. That last confrontation was just far too long. We really didn't need to see Liv and Becky face to face once again. It could have been like an NXT case where they just put together a really, really nice video package and then call it a day. We have Becky Lynch, who is now the champion, and props to Becky for picking up where Rhea's kind of left off, in the sense that she's taking on all challenges and Becky has to look really dominant. Let's be honest here. They evened out the playing field when they had that tournament to determine the new women's world champion. So you could have given the title to a Chelsea Green and had a ton of comedy there. You could have had a fluke win by someone like Ivy Nile and have her defend it once and then lose it, which would have been really cool for Ivy Nile. Or you could have had an actual tournament bracket, which ends here at Queen of the Ring. And then you could have had Nia and Becky at the end, Liv and Becky at the end. And that would have made perfect sense. Or you could have actually just said Nia and Becky are Rhea's last two opponents, and Liv is the person that took Becky out. Have a really good triple threat match to determine the new women's world champion. So it just feels like giving it back to Becky is not giving anyone any opportunities, especially because she's not doing the same thing that she did with the NXT title. So I think it's going to be a pretty decent match, and I think Becky Lynch should retain the title here. And now we're moving on to the Intercontinental title, and this is Sami Zayn versus Bronson Reed versus Chad Gable. I am absolutely loving this new attitude from Chad Gable. It's absolutely awesome. So, firstly, thank you so much to the Greensboro crowd for adding the "You Sucks" in. I really enjoyed that spot, and I'm hoping that this is a sign that WWE should bring Kurt Angle in as Chad Gable's heel manager, because that would be absolutely awesome, and I would love that. Speaking of Chad Gable, let's dive a little bit deeper into what's going on there. Bless poor Otis, because he's actually doing Chad Gable's bidding, even though you can see that he doesn't want to. Can I just say that Chad Gable plays the role of an asshole so freaking well. I mean, the way that he's treating Alpha Academy, the way he's treating Otis, the way he's demanding things like title shots, absolutely love this. I love this version of Chad Gable, and I think that it's time he actually gets a single title because of this character. My theory is that Otis should actually turn on Chad Gable pretty soon. I mean, the rest of Alpha Academy are pretty much fed up, and you can see that they're ready to leave the Alpha Academy. I mean, Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree already have an existing tag team, so Maxine will have something to do if she leaves Alpha Academy. And I'm 90% sure that this is probably going to lead to Otis versus Chad Gable. Another thing, is Bronson Reed even a part of this feud? So it makes sense for Sami Zayn to be a part of this because Chad Gable wants the Intercontinental title. But is Bronson Reed even a part of this feud, or is he just there for the sake of being there? Because it wouldn't make sense for Bronson Reed to win the Intercontinental title off of this unless something happens with Alpha Academy and then he steals the win.
A few moments later.
Oh, okay. I just came to the realization. Is it possible that Chad Gable's there to take the pin? So let's say Otis accidentally hits Gable when he's trying to hit Sami, which leads to Gable freaking out on Otis on Raw, and then the Otis turn happening on Raw. And then Bronson Reed hits a tsunami on Chad Gable, and Chad Gable takes the pin, which means either Bronson Reed wins, or that's a false pin, and then Helluva kicks Bronson Reed from Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn pins Chad Gable. Sami Zayn wins. Well, Sami Zayn retains the title. So that's one theory. Or Otis takes out Sami Zayn or Bronson Reed, one of the two. But he doesn't do this in the way that Chad Gable wants him to. So Chad Gable freaks out on him. Otis fights back. It is no disqualification, so it doesn't really matter. Otis fights back. Tsunami or Helluva kick, and then Sami or Bronson win. And then this leads to Otis versus Chad Gable. Those are two working theories. But what I'm thinking, Chad Gable's actually just there to take the pin. And then this will lead to Otis versus Gable and Bronson Reed versus Sami Zayn. So I'm actually thinking that Sami Zayn retains here, which leads to Bronson Reed versus Sami Zayn. And it's a huge heel for Sami to fight and a nice underdog story for Sami to overcome Bronson Reed. And I kind of hate this because I really want Chad Gable to win a title. But I'm thinking Sami Zayn retains. Yeah, Sami Zayn retains. On to the Queen of the Ring tournament. And I am actually the most torn about this match because it's Lyra Valkyria and either Nia Jax or Bianca Belair. All of them actually have a reason to win this whole thing, which is why I'm so torn because Lyra Valkyria, she's just come up from NXT, so this would be a huge push for Lyra if she wins this. Nia Jax, she's been pretty good since she came back, and in terms of her mic work, in terms of her in-ring work, she's actually been doing really well. We haven't really seen what she can do on SmackDown, but on Raw, like, she had a really great feud with Becky Lynch, and she had a really good match with Rhea Ripley. Nia Jax could actually win this whole thing, a huge push for her to face Bayley then, if she does. And then Bianca Belair has just been on a roll since teaming up with Jade Cargill. And it's really nice to see Bianca back in the picture. She is one half of the women's tag team champions. So also, every reason for Bianca Belair to just continue dominating and winning as well. And it would be really nice for Bianca Belair to add Queen of the Ring to her list of accolades already. I'm super surprised that Jade Cargill is not a part of this match. It's interesting that Jade Cargill's not in here because she was my number one pick to actually win the Queen of the Ring tournament. Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax, really interesting semi-final for me. I think Bianca Belair could hit a huge KOD on Nia Jax and actually win that semi-final. And she's also got Jade Cargill in her corner, which is really nice. Bianca Belair could win it, but it could be a really nice underdog story for Lyra Valkyria to overcome Nia Jax in the finals. I'm actually going to make a pick and say Bianca Belair wins the semi-final, and in that case, I'm actually going to pick Bianca Belair to win the whole Queen of the Ring tournament. And finally, a match that is very unnecessary and does not need to happen, Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul for the Undisputed WWE Championship. And in all honesty, I wish this was for both titles because to me, it feels like it would be so much better if both things were on the line. And Cody has a reason to want to win the US title because it will make him a modern day Grand Slam champion. So, and I say modern day because you guys all know how I feel about how they make Grand Slam champions. It's dumb, but anyway. Is there a chance in hell of Logan Paul winning this match? I know that it's going to be a pretty decent match because Logan Paul has made me eat my words time and time again. And he's, man, he's just has so many good spots in the ring. And I hate saying it because he's actually put on really good matches. I hate saying it, but Logan Paul is actually so good in the ring. And he's so good at being a condescending, stupid heel that actually makes me hate him. Anyway, my feeling on this is that it's going to be a really good match. We're probably going to somehow see Cody fend off the brass knuckles, and then Cody's going to win. I don't think Cody should lose the title anytime soon. I don't like this match at all. Okay, so Cody's going to retain the title. I don't think there's a chance in hell that Cody's actually losing the Undisputed title right now. For me, Cody Rhodes should retain the title. There's no other option here. It's going to be a good match, but Cody has to retain. So, Cody Rhodes to retain the Undisputed WWE Championship. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Who do you think should win King and Queen of the Ring? Please do the rest of that awesome YouTube stuff. So please like this video, share it with your friends, save the video to a playlist, leave a comment down below. And as always, be mindful and be kind. I will see you next time.